Hi, why differentiation alone is no longer enough? Let me ask you a simple question. Why do so many brands try to be different but still fail? They invest in design, they change their logo, they talk about uniqueness, and yet customers don't care. In this video, I want to show you a brand coronation model that I've developed over the last 10 years and how one unknown Middle Eastern brand used it to beat much bigger competitors without advertising. My name is Ihsandeniz. I'm a branding consultant and I work with brands and founders on strategy and growth. Today, I want to introduce you to what I call the brand coronation model. The concept of coronation is not entirely new. I adopted it from the positioning, and yes, it still works. But after working with hundreds of brands, I realized something. Most brands understand positioning, but fail to execute it as a system. They jump directly to differentiation without building the foundation. That's why we create this model. The brand coronation model has 6 clear steps. You can even print it, put it on your wall, and build your brand using sticky notes. Let me quickly name the steps and then I'll show you a real case. 1. Core story or central idea. 2. Target market. 3. Competitive landscape. 4. Market sharing points. Marshapo. 5. Competitive market sharing points. C. Marshapo. 6. Market differentiation points. Mardipo. Every brand must start with a story, not a slogan, not a tagline. A reason to exist, especially today when every market is crowded. If you want to enter a category with dozens of competitors, you must answer one question. Why should this brand exist at all? 1. Core story or central idea. About 15 years ago in Iran, the bottled water market was dominated by big players. Local giants such as Damavand was invented from 1972 in partnership with Prier France, and global brands like Nestle, Pure Life, Coafina and Dasani. Now imagine this. 4 brothers in northern Iran decide to enter this market. But there is a problem. Their water wells have low capacity. They can't produce massive volumes. This limitation forced a decision. Either fail as a cheap commodity brand or become meaningfully different. One of the founders remembered an old scientific study which was discovered many years ago in the city of Essen, Germany, by an Iranian-German professor, Professor Pakdaman. It showed that water enriched with 10 times more oxygen could have health benefits. So they built the brand around one simple idea: 10 times oxygen enriched water. Easy to understand, hard to ignore. Because production was limited, they couldn't win in volume. 2. Target market. So they had to win on value. That meant choosing a higher tier target market. In Iran, that's social classes A and B. People who could justify paying more but not luxury prices. When they mapped the market using price and quality, something interesting appeared. 3. Competitive landscape. There was a huge empty space between cheap mass brands and expensive luxury waters like Voss Water and Prier. That's where Oxab coronated itself. Above the red ocean, below luxury, accessible luxury or affordable luxury. 4. Market sharing points, Marshapo. Here's a mistake many brands make. They try to be different in places where customers expect sameness. Oxab didn't do that. They use plastic bottles, not glass, standard sizes, standard usability, because sometimes fitting in is part of winning. And 5. Competitive market sharing points, C. Marshapo. The market leader Damavand claimed to have sport water, special bottles, higher price, and Oxab responded very simply. All of our water is a sports water because all of it has 10 times the oxygen. One sentence and the competitor's advantage disappeared. And 6. Market differentiation points, Mardipo. Finally, differentiation. The name Oxab. Ox from oxygen and ab means water in Persian, such as oxwat. The bottles were thicker, heavier. Navy blue instead of light blue. Everything signaled concentration and value, and people felt it even before testing it. And finally, Oxab became popular in gyms and cafes. Early Instagram culture helped. People wanted to be seen with it. In branding terms, this is a hero archetype, not the hero itself, but the tool that helps the hero win. And this is the brand coronation model, not a theory, a system. And if you want, you can print it, put it on your wall, and use it to build or diagnose your brand. It's not easy, but it works. If you work on branding strategy or building a serious brand, this model can help you think more clearly. Thanks for watching.